potentially form a reversal pattern here. We are finally going to break above this, turn this into support and get continuation. I have all my other buy orders stacked. Bitcoin moved as expected a little bit to the downside, and I will show you the exact area where I expect Bitcoin to bounce from back to the upside. If you want to know where the next best opportunity is to enter a Bitcoin trade, stick around and let's go. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in here on this Sunday. I know it's a little bit late here already. I was quite busy, but I had to come out and make a quick update, especially with the views that I got on yesterday's video. Thank you so much for this, guys. Really amazing. So let's get directly into it here. On the CME chart, currently, if we are opening later at the current price levels of $65,600, $700, we still have here a substantial CME gap of around $700, $800. I'm still quite confident that even if we are opening at the current price level, that Bitcoin will drop a little bit lower and turn around here back to the upside. This is not really a problem for us as long as we are opening below of the Friday close. If you are still looking for liquidity, guys, how you can trade Bitcoin with the setup that I'm going to give you now here in a moment, then sign up on ZoomX with the link in the description below and the pinned comment. You stand a chance here to win 2 times per week, $500. The only thing that you need to do is deposit $100 and then wait when I draw the winner. It's really, really easy. You can win here $500, and I will show you tomorrow again 2 coins that you can trade and turn $500 into potentially $8,000, $10,000 or $12,000. If you want to know which these coins are, then again, go to ZoomX, use the link down below in the pinned comment and in the description of this video. When we're going to the daily chart, also here you can clearly now observe that we potentially form a reversal pattern here to the downside. I don't believe that we will come all the way back down here to like $62,500. That's a little bit too low. I'm going to show you in a second what I believe where the bounce area is. So the only thing that I want to talk about here real quick is that we are getting closer and closer to this downward sloping resistance line of the parallel downwards trending channel. And this is still a huge resistance for Bitcoin, which is absolutely fine because I know potentially early next week or the following week, we are finally going to break above this, turn this into support and get continuation to the upside. Also here on this 12-hourly chart, we see here that Bitcoin is kind of stuck in a tight range of $65,400 to $66,000 approximately. I believe from what I'm seeing here that a move to the downside is more probable than getting here immediate continuation to the upside. So here, $64,600 is definitely something, a level that you should have on your radar currently. I have here my first limit order on the way down. I'm going to show you here in a moment where I have my other limit orders when we go into the other charts. But this is where I have already some limit orders stacked for the simple reason that the indicators are also showing exhaustion here with a potential move to the downside over the next 48 hours, in my opinion. At least the indicators will come down over the next 48 hours. This can still happen while Bitcoin just chops here sideways. But they have to come down that we gain momentum to turn back around and go to the upside. The big bounce area that I'm looking at here within that rising wedge is first of all a rejection out of the resistance zone that we're currently trading in. You can also clearly see here we have here a downward sloping resistance line that we are not able to break for the moment. The bounce area scenario will be invalidated if we break above that downward sloping trend line. But as long as we are below that, we most likely will see a move into the bounce area here at some point. Here, I have all my other buy orders stacked. So remember, I have at 64,700. Then I have also here at 65 already some orders. Yeah, 64,700, and then also here on the upward sloping trend line of the rising wedge pattern, there's also some limit orders at $64,200 currently. So here, once we're entering the buy zone, you should be bounce zone, you should be ready to start to deploy some capital if you're not currently in a short-term Bitcoin trade. And from there, we are going to trade this into the $67,000 level. From there, I'm going to reevaluate if I'm closing out the trade or if I'm only taking a little bit profit and let the rest ride here to the upside. And then we'll just set my stop loss to around $66,000 in that scenario. So here, based on the 1 hourly chart, the indicators, they're still looking good for another retest of this downward sloping trend line here as resistance. Also, the 4 hourly chart is about to bottom out here in terms of indicators. But like I said, if we're not getting this move to the downside, I will only enter if we break the downward sloping trend line here that we are currently forming. And you could also argue, kinda, that we have here a small pennant. Maybe even a falling wedge. No. Yeah, more like a small pennant here, something like this. But I don't really like how the upward sloping support line looks. And that's why I did not draw this in. And we remain with the resistance here. On the 4 hourly chart, on the liquidation levels, you can clearly see that now shorts are starting to pile in, which would potentially give us the chance to not go down into lower levels and just get continuation to the upside. But this will only happen if we can break in the next 24 hours above $65,800 and close at least a 4 hourly candle here. If this is not happening, then expect a rejection at least to $64,500 approximately. Maybe even a wick a little bit lower to the 50 moving average here on the 4 hourly chart before we then turn around and move then here into the $67,000 and $68,000 region. On the liquidation heat map, liquidity is start to concentrate above us right now, but it's still not as much as we have built up over the last 7 days below us. So there is still, liquidity wise, it would still make a lot of sense to drive the price first down, to take all this liquidity and then continue to go higher. Let's actually have a look here on the monthly, how we're looking there. Yeah, also here, a move to $63,750 would still make a lot of sense here before we bounce back to the upside. Here, $61,000, this kind of area. Highly unlikely that we're going to tap into this here anytime soon, but we should not rule it out, but highly unlikely. When we go now to here, 3 months chart, see how things are looking there. Yeah, there you see liquidity above us is more concentrated than below us. But again, a quick move down and then back up would make a lot of sense here. Again, if you want to trade with me together, all these setups that I give you absolutely for free, then deposit $100 on Bybit and claim a $500 free airdrop position on any of these coins. So you can choose one coin where you want to use this $500 airdrop position on, and only on these coins you can actually apply it. So what you have to do for that is deposit $100 on Bybit, claim the airdrop voucher in the rewards hub, use the airdrop voucher, and then all the profits that you make out of these $500 belong to you. You cannot have the $500, you cannot withdraw them, but every single dollar that you make profit out of that airdrop position belongs to you. Use the link in the description below and in the pinned comment below if you want a free $500 by just depositing $100 that you can afterwards immediately withdraw again. Now, the USDT Dominance is having here now a small bounce back to the upside. We spoke yesterday about this, that I was expecting something like this. This also looks now like a reversal pattern with a morning star candlestick formation that we are seeing here, which would mean that the USDT Dominance will rise a little bit back up. We are still in this massive support zone. Unless we are starting closer to the 5.2% level to the downside, we should prepare that we get first a retest here at like 5.45% or 5.5% before we are then finally turning around and breaking this major support zone to the downside. So of course, when we're going back up, that means all coins will suffer a little bit here because we're taking the liquidity out. That means price goes down, and therefore we should be prepared for a little bit more of bleeding here if we are getting now a retest here to the upside. So if tomorrow we get a rejection and continue to go lower on the USDT dominance, and of course the market will go slightly up once again. Here also the Bitcoin dominance is moving here currently to the upside. What is the Bitcoin price doing? Bitcoin price is not doing a lot right now. So most likely this is just altcoins moving back into Bitcoin. Here I don't believe that we're going to break the 58% level. If I would draw in here a line. So I'm pretty sure as long as Bitcoin doesn't make like a $2,000 move, we will not see a break of that resistance here, or even a proper retest of it. More likely by tomorrow, after tomorrow, we will come down to the downward sloping support line, potentially break this and start the downwards movement, which will then of course propel a lot of the altcoins to the upside. Ethereum is still playing jumping rope with the downward sloping resistance line here that is now acting as support. As long as it stays that way, we're absolutely fine. Remember what I told you? I told you either when we come back to the downward sloping trend line or into the green area, from there you can take positions. Of course, you should not put all your money here in right now, but you can start building a position from here. And the lower we go, you add more money to that position until like $2,500. That is the point where I would be stopping. And yeah, if we would get below $2,450, that's where I would actually cut the trade then. And because you averaged your entry then quite a bit down, you will get out with a minimal loss. The target, I don't have to tell you, it's still the same, $3,200. For Solana, here you get now the perfect re-entry that I was talking about for this trade setup, especially with the 4-hourly chart already flatlining and being completely oversold. It makes a lot of sense here to start building here at current levels a position. Of course, we can drop a little bit lower, but this looks to me really, really promising for continuation here in the next 24 hours. So, and this actually I have to make green now because it's support. So, and here, once we are breaking this downward sloping trend line, the first target would be $162, and after that $168 and $170. And I believe by next week we are going to reach $170. Only based already on when I look at all the indicators, how much they're overextended and oversold. There needs to be a bigger bounce coming here in terms of price action that will bring us at least to $162. Again, if you're looking for a platform where you don't need to KYC and trade just with your MetaMask wallet or any other wallet that you have, go to AlphaX. AlphaX is an amazing exchange. I'm trading currently myself on AlphaX. Where is my trade on AlphaX? Here's my AlphaX trade. So, okay, I'm here currently on a loss on my optimism trade that we were talking yesterday about. Still confident that this is going to make a profit. So I'm just holding this currently, and I'm trading this here without any KYC, anything. So if you're in the US or in any other country where you're restricted to use Bybit, Binance, whatever platform, go in the description to the link down below for AlphaX, where you can sign up. You get also up to $15,000 for using my link, so take advantage of that, because this is one of the few decentralized exchanges where I'm personally like to trade on, so take advantage of that. Now let's talk about the last coin that I want to talk about today, and this is, again, Telegram. So Telegram went here into $6, got rejected, is now again back at my entry level. I round tripped here quite a little bit of profit on my position. Now let me explain you why I'm still holding this trade. Because the 50 moving average on a 12-hourly chart is coming up here and will give us most likely support. And I don't have to wait so long anymore until we get the golden cross on the 12-hourly time frame, which will most likely happen in less than 2 weeks from now. So why do I hold this trade? Because once we're getting the golden cross, I expect the ton to be around $7.20, $7.50, around these price levels. So, and that will mean my trade will print like crazy. And that's why I'm with conviction being patient here and holding my position. I know I could have made much more money if I would have traded in the meantime in other coins and not having it in Telegram, but I know where this is going here in the next two weeks, and hence why I'm pretty confident that I will make up for the opportunity cost that I had so far by holding this position. So also here you see on 12-hourly chart, the stochastic is about to bottom out here with the next 12-hourly candle or the following one. And then most likely by Tuesday, we're going to see here then a move above $6 and will close a 4-hourly candle above the golden ratio here and get continuation into higher price levels. So if you're looking for building a position in Telegram, the current levels are already quite good to enter here. Maybe, just maybe, if you get lucky enough that we get here into this demand zone from the MDX algo indicators, then take advantage of that and enter from here. But I would start nibbling a little bit and open a small position already that you can later just dollar cost average down before we go then here into these demand zones from the MDX algo. Again, the MDX algo, if you want these indicators, there's also a link in the description. Just look for it. I'm using them on a daily basis. I can tell you they help me to make a shit ton of money, guys. That's it also already for this video already. I hope you enjoyed this quick update. Don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I see you with more money tomorrow.